President Bola Tinubu has issued a warning to members of the Presidential Elections Tribunal, stating that his removal as president could result in a breakdown of law and order in Nigeria. While Mr. Tinubu acknowledged his failure to secure 25% of the votes in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, he argued that it should not be sufficient to overturn the victory as declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. According to Mr. Tinubu's legal team, any alternative interpretation would lead to absurdity, chaos, anarchy, and a distortion of the legislature's original intent. The lawyers, led by Wale Olanipekun, addressed a specific section of the Nigerian Constitution that stipulates a presidential candidate must attain 25% of votes in 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. There has been public debate surrounding the interpretation of this clause since Mr. Tinubu secured the highest number of votes in a three-way presidential race in February, but failed to score 25% in the FCT. In defense, Mr. Tinubu's legal team argued that courts have traditionally exercised caution when interpreting the Constitution in a manner that could incite chaos. They emphasized that courts have consistently adopted a purposeful approach to interpretation, as evidenced by numerous previous decisions. Furthermore, Mr. Tinubu's legal team claimed that even if he had not received any votes in Abuja and one other state, he would still have won the election. However, it should be noted that this argument differs from the petitions presented by Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. The lawyers urged the court to consider that the absence of an election in one state, including the FCT, should not result in the nullification or cancellation of the entire election. They emphasized that any election where the electorate exercises their right to vote should be valid, regardless of whether certain states, including the FCT, participated. They drew an analogy to the concept of preferential shareholding in company law and requested that the court rule in favor of the respondent and against the petitioners.